it's you. Come on in. Today's a big day.
You're here for the start of a brand new series from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres on YouTube, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, an awesome group of folks hanging out from all over the world, and they would love to meet you.
They would. And for our mention today, we have heard that this will be the newest re-release here from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Denade Foil 50.
This is the homage to Tom Ford's ombre leather, y'all, and it's coming back in the next week or two. This is my favorite homage. I love Oro Valley from Sterling, but it's a little too strong. But this is a perfect balance right where leather meets raspberry. And what do you think of this one?
You know, to me, this version of the homage is a much more daytime scent. There's something about it that I would put on earlier in the day. Some of the other ones, the leather to me is much more of an evening scent. This one's like an all-day scent.
Totally agree. And what is our soap today?
Well, we're going to be learning along with you as we read, but all we know so far is that it's called Number One.
It's the first of a new series, so that name is apropos. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, before we introduce you to the first soap in this series, we wanted to introduce you to the series itself. Doppelgänger Continuum Collection, an exciting new series for 2025 from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Douglas collects a lot of things, as you can imagine. One of these things is his vintage Time Life Mysteries of the Unknown series of books. If you are not familiar with it, back in the 1980s, this was a thing. Each month, an epically illustrated book would arrive at your doorstep. When the year was over, you had a serious collection.
Our Doppelgänger Continuum is very much in this same spirit. However, instead of a collection of high strangeness, we are releasing a collection of high fragrance.
If you regularly pick up each new drop, by the time we're finished, I promise you will have an impressive assembly of some of the most exciting and sought-after fine fragrances only known before to serious frag heads. We also will include historical notes and info on each fragrance, giving you a little bit of a fine fragrance education. Douglas and I believe this will give folks an even deeper respect and appreciation for the scents that got us to where we all are in shavedom today. Douglas also hopes it will aid in growing a broader palette for many just becoming interested in fine fragrances.
You notice this is in Fran's voice.
It is.
Doppelgänger Continuum is a carefully curated collection of scents that span decades. Many of these fragrances have been discontinued by their original creators, and some have undergone formula changes over time. In this deep dive, we will seek to uncover the coveted classics and bring them back to life and into your shaving den.
At this time, each scent will only be available for a limited time, so stay tuned and be sure to subscribe to our newsletter so you can be alerted when each new drop appears.
This year's Doppelgänger Continuum offerings are a result of a long-term project started years ago by me, Fran. Douglas, Hux, and the Cube are by my side, of course, but I'm at the helm and looking forward to guiding this journey. Shave on and enjoy. Y'all, if you are a fan of Fran's Nose, everything from the beach to Briar, we are in for some treats here, I think. So, let's meet the soap from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, Doppelgänger Continuum Number One. Let's say this together. Chanel Cuir de Russie. We begin our Doppelgänger Continuum series with an homage to a genre-altering fragrance from Chanel.
In 1920, Coco Chanel was introduced to Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich, first cousin to Tsar Nicholas II, and conspirator in the murder of Rasputin. Oh boy. The pair met in Biarritz, France, and had a short but intense love affair, which served as the inspiration for Cuir de Russie. Her desire for this fragrance was to capture the essence of her affair with the Grand Duke by recreating the atmosphere of their apartment in Paris. Cuir de Russie was first blended in 1924 by Ernest Beau and unleashed upon the world in 1927.
Okay, y'all.
This is a lot.
This is starting out as the single greatest story behind any fragrance we've ever read. Hold on. Cure de Russie was originally marketed as a woman's scent. However, that did not last long once men got their noses on it. I mean, with leather, musk, and tobacco as scent notes, its fate was sealed, no? Over the years, it has found many adoring fans, male and female alike. Chanel was always challenging norms, so this scent is right at home among their iconic product line. Also, it is not the only Cure de Russie scent out there, but to us, it is probably the best. Skipping the scent notes, back for those later.
Cure de Russie, though reformulated over time, remains an iconic and legendary fragrance, weaving together floral refinement and the raw, untamed spirit of the wild. It evokes images of uncharted territories and the thrill of exploration. A truly timeless scent for those who crave epic adventure.
Our homage to Cure de Russie was based on the more recent EDP version, as opposed to the original 1927 formula. To my nose, the powdery talc opening is toned down a bit, while the tobacco and leather notes have been turned up a notch. While this project didn't start to be focused on discontinuing scents, it is now, making this endeavor a much more challenging one. However, this scent, Chanel Cure de Russie, was the fragrance that served as my inspiration to create the Continuum collection, and it is well worth sharing as our first in the series.
Now for those utilizing the Continuum collection as a fine fragrance primer, these facts below are for you. I recommend you print them out and save them with the scent, maybe inside the aftershave cologne box. Consult them before you wear the scent just to reinforce the information in your head.
Chanel's Cure de Russie is a fragrance with a rich and fascinating history deeply intertwined with the life of Coco Chanel herself and the cultural influences of her time. Here's a breakdown of its key historical aspects.
The Russian leather trend. In the early 20th century, there was a fascination with Russian culture in Europe, particularly among the aristocracy and the artistic circles. This included a trend for Russian leather, a high-quality leather known for its distinctive scent imparted by birch bark tanning. This type of leather was used for luxury goods like boots, riding equipment, and bookbindings.
Number 2, Coco Chanel's personal connections. As mentioned above, Coco Chanel had a significant relationship with Grand Duke Dmitry Pavlovich of Russia. This affair exposed her to Russian culture, sure did, and influenced her creative vision. This connection played a role in the creation of Cure de Russie. Number 3,
a scent of rebellion and freedom. The scent of Russian leather was bold and unconventional, evoking images of adventure, travel, and a certain rebellious spirit. This resonated with Chanel's own persona and the image she cultivated for her brand, a modern, independent woman.
Number 4, creation and development. 1924. Although some sources say 1927, it is believed that Cure de Russie was created in 1924 by Ernest Beau, the renowned perfumer who also created Chanel No. 5.
A classic fragrance, Cure de Russie has remained a part of Chanel's fragrance collection for decades, although it has undergone reformulations over time to comply with regulations and ingredient availability.
Les Exclusives de Chanel. Today, Cure de Russie is part of Chanel's Les Exclusives collection, a line of rare and prestigious fragrances that pay homage to the brand's heritage. In essence, Chanel's Cure de Russie is more than just a perfume. It's a fragrant representation of a specific time and place, reflecting the cultural trends, personal connections, and innovative spirit that defined Coco Chanel and her brand.
It captures the essence of Russian leather, transforming it into a sophisticated and timeless fragrance that continues to captivate perfume enthusiasts today.
Thank you again for your support, and we hope you enjoy this first installment of our new series, Doppelgänger Continuum Collection. The Scent Saga continues. Your friend, Fran. Hey!
Wait.
Yo, what a sales page!
My goodness.
I am so excited. This captures an affair. This captures international relations. This captures Russian intrigue and the apartment where it all happened.
Ooh-wee.
Y'all, we are going to go to there. Let's unbox it. All right, y'all, this is how it comes. We had no idea they were even creating a new series.
No.
We just knew this was on its way.
Even on our interview, they were like, new things were coming, but we didn't know what. Now we do.
And I do know that the box looks a little special. Yes. It's not the normal aftershave box. And y'all, look at this label. The only thing I know about it is those are not planets or suns. I'm not sure what they are. They almost look like eyeballs, but with a PAA soap. Who knows? Isn't that beautiful?
It's got that hollow foil label kind of action.
Right.
And then And then this gets a whole new box presentation.
The box, it's specific to the aftershave.
Oh, like a real perfume collection, my friends.
And we do know that the more serious collectors do keep their aftershave in the box. We don't, but we might have to start doing it now because I'm not throwing this away. Are you kidding? I think I'm ready for our first impression, and we might have to Roshan for this one. All right, I'm going to take Rock. What do you got there? I'm going to stop announcing it. All right,
I
take
thought
it
you
in.
could say that to trick me. That's
Let
funny.
me know what you get.
Did you note the side label, my friends? Because
Y'all,
just showing it out there.
Whole new level of elegance in this line. I'm thinking, look at that.
Oh, they're passing the cube. It's like an upside down inverted
It's
thing.
like a yin-yang kind of thing going on.
And some shadows. I don't know who's the right one.
Francis?
Woo-wee!
Okay, take it in. Let's see where Fran's nose is going to take us on this new series adventure.
Number 1 of our collection.
Oh, the shoulders went up.
I had to take a long whiff.
Oh, what'd you get?
It is more feminine than I was assuming. I mean, it's Coco Chanel, so I get what that was kind of, but that there is like an independence factor to this.
Nice.
Hold on.
I am a bit familiar with the Broadway musical Coco that Katharine Hepburn starred in, and she played Coco Chanel. She was quite the character. Yes.
I think it's a place.
Nice.
I mean, at least that's where it took me.
Right.
There's an interesting floral in here.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a rose. I don't know what it is, but I think there's another layer of something that's helping that mix into the leather.
Oh, gotcha.
So it kind of keeps flipping back and forth, kind of like this image. Like I feel like I can't tell what I'm smelling.
Right.
Like how they're interacting is got me on like a little tilt-a-whirl or something. Because I want to say it at the beginning, it's more of a floral.
Right.
And at the end, I want to say, no, it's more rugged, like raw, leathery, not oud or something, but something in that lane.
Gotcha.
So sometimes when you think of leather, it can be sweeter.
Right.
Sometimes it can be more the like, new car smell. This is a whole different type of smell completely.
Nice. Is the leather prominent?
I would not guess that first. If that's the leather that's in here, my brain is interpreting it as like a twisted, different type of floral.
Right.
I think it's a white flower approaching maybe a cousin of a gardenia-ish something.
Oh, okay.
Maybe. I want to say it's more feminine to me, fresh off the puck.
Gotcha.
But I also don't think it has to be.
Well, all right. I think I
need
am
some help
ready
here.
to dive into this number 1 and experience this new series. All right, here we go.
We are getting educated on fragrances here.
Shake and clap.
Did I help at all?
Wow. Oh, I get it. This is about balance and complexity and depth. These are combinations I do not know.
No.
But these are lovely. Y'all, we have figured out on this show that the original scents in shaving soaps are very much about diving down into those scent notes, discovering them, taking them apart, putting them back together. But fine EDPs from fragrance houses like Coco Chanel are about creating a brand new personality where you might never find a scent note you know, because that new vibe is so prominent and different from the individual scent notes that's where you're led on your adventure. So that's what this is doing for me. It's not inviting me into the scent notes. It's inviting me into that vibe. But if I were to look for it, I am getting that Russian leather as a beautiful connection to a musky scent. So it can sit right there in the middle and it doesn't have to be what jumps out at you first. I was assuming this was going to be leather, and it's not. It's more like leather. Florals on top and a boozy kind of spice underneath. And you know why this is a great vibe and why I love it said this was meant to recreate the apartment where they would have their rendezvous? I'm getting the sense of outside in Paris in the spring. I'm getting the sense of inside both a masculine and feminine person have been here. I'm getting her perfume. I'm getting his musky aftershave from those times. There's a bit of the wood of the furniture and the floor, and I don't know if I'm crazy, but there is even a tiny bit of a gourmand that is wafting out of the kitchen. And all of it has the cast of an old movie. Not like a Casablanca, but more like a noir. The kind of movie that takes its time, that invites you in to discover its mysteries. And then something a tiny bit dangerous, the edge of a James Bond, the edge of espionage, the edge of danger. And y'all, if you do know Coco Chanel's story. And then what this does is zooms out and gives you all of it in a beautiful balance. And that is the scent. Talk about an education. Right. I didn't know scents could do this. And y'all, this is our intergalactic, indestructible, shadowproof travel scuttle. It was a gift from Douglas and Fran at the beginning of our journey. Oh, look at that. And the soap just goes right here on the edge. Now, if it's one of the hotter months, you might want to fill this with some cold water, put it in the freezer. But if it's the colder months, like it is now, you might want to fill this with some warm water and get a nice, beautiful, warm lather going on inside of this thing. So I'm just going to push it down with my finger to kind of make a smooth surface. I don't want my brush pulling up chunks. And I'm going to spray this down like that. 10 or 12 sprays with the bougie sprayer, but I'm going to vertically bloom the soap here and let the water hang out at the bottom of this scuttle. Then I'm going to take my Cyclotrode X. This was also a gift from Douglas and Fran. It's one of my favorite brushes. Feels like little bunnies against my skin. And watch this. The first goal, y'all, is just to bring the soap onto the bristles and let them soak it up. And then, Barbershop Duet tip. Turn the brush 25%. You're going to give those bristles a new orientation to grab at that soap, and a bunch more is going to disappear onto your brush. And then right before you go down for the water, turn the brush again. Get the rest of that soap in between those bristles, so when you build your lather, it's being done in between the bristles of the brush, not along the bottom of the bowl. And look at that, it is already bursting forth. So, we do know that some mysteries and wonders very often burst through when you add water and friction to these. So, look at this, y'all. It looks like a snowpack in Minsk. And this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the To Russia With Love with on 3, 1, 2. Wow. Oh, a little less musky here, a little more floral. That's nice. What are you getting?
Let me get you around here. It almost like it's spread out. Here, they were like the mirror of each other, like they kept bouncing back and forth. This, I feel like I get more of that full kind of scope of where we're at here.
I love how the leather has like been floraled, as if you could put it in that tank from The Fly and make them come together somehow. Beautiful.
But it's funny. It is not a leather that I know.
No.
It's like a creamy leather. Or like something happened. Like it's just a different side that I've ever smelled before.
Right. And yeah, when we do watch our I'd Lather Be Shaving videos, we do glean a lot of information from how that lather coats Douglas's face. So while we don't do shaving here in the Barbershop Duet, we'll show you how this Phoenix CK6 formula works. Look at that, y'all. Oh, I shaved today, but I can already find some new stubble with this stuff. All right, y'all, please return your chairs and tray tables to their fully upright and locked position because we are going to Russia for some scent notes. Espionage, intrigue, and history had better be scent notes. You know what's interesting? I'm not actually sure where this would land on our crowd pleaser, because it's not meant to do that.
No.
It's meant to educate. It's meant to let you time travel. It's meant to bring you into an apartment where some nasty stuff might have gone down. It captures the excitement of risky behavior. Like, that's what it's meant to do. So I think it would appeal to those who do love reading their James Bonds, who do love international travel, who do love digging into Coco Chanel's past, those kind of things. And back to the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
Yeah, we had to skip this part earlier. Yeah. So here we go. It all starts with the crisp snap of bergamot and citrus, like your first breath of the frosty air as you step outside in the morning.
And it's familiar. The bergamot almost offers a sense of soap at the very beginning to give you something familiar, which then, much like a good spy novel, pretty immediately takes a turn, because then...
I feel like this signs up, and now, a heart of florals then unfolds. Rose, which I thought I got on my first whiff. Carnation.
Hold on. Son of a funeral director. It is hard to get carnation past me. Hold on.
It's like in the middle. Target. Center.
Y'all, that is the beauty at the heart of this that your nose is trying to find. Like when I walked into this apartment, I was like, it's a mess. It's been ransacked and I am looking for one letter in one envelope. That is the carnation in this.
But
and
not
then there's some more florals, right? What do you got?
We also have iris,
yes,
jasmine, and ylang ylang bloom amidst a rugged landscape. That's why it's ransacked.
They're almost coming together in like a lily of the valley way for me. Beautiful, smooth, creamy, but certainly and unapologetically floral. And then,
I think the florals are adding a texture If that could be a word.
Yeah.
Like there's something that the florals, some of them are dried, some of them are new. Like there's just a different texture here.
And while it's going sweet, it's allowing some of the other stuff to also be the sweet too, which speaks to its balance.
Yes. These blossoms intertwine with a sturdy note of cedar, an offering from the dense forests that border the vast plains. So out the window, you got some cedar trees, I guess.
You know what's cool? Y'all know I'm a sucker for cedar. It's the first thing I guess whenever I've got a peppery wood going on. I didn't even recognize it in this.
Yeah.
And when it said sturdy note, my nose was like, wait a minute. Really? Hold on. Smell for it. And all of a sudden, it just like appeared. Love this. Hold on.
I think that's how we knew we were at a location or
Right.
like a place. Like somehow that was secretly giving us the clue.
Do you get the cedar?
Yeah, there's just something like clean and tall.
The true adventure begins in the base or foundation of this fragrance, an alchemical blend of amber's golden warmth, the earthy animalic scents of musk and vetiver, mingling with the smoky tarry scent of birch-tanned boots that have traversed countless miles. And finally, a touch of vanilla softens the edges, along with tobacco, a subtle surrender to the warmth at the end of a long journey. Y'all, do you get the vanilla and the tobacco in the base of this? Just maybe a little hint at what Tom Ford would do decades later.
Right. But I actually think the other part I couldn't figure out in this was the animalic scent of musk and vetiver. That is making the top florals and stuff kind of have that deeper edge we were talking about. That's taking the connection, and that's what's the mirror for me. That little in-between part, and then it goes into more the rounded out, warmer leather with a little vanilla.
That's it.
That's what's flipping for me.
And there are two kinds of musk in here. There is the warm laundry musk, and there is also absolutely civet is in this 100%, and it's doing amazing things. It's what's creating that sense of danger and adventure. Yo, what an adventure we are on with this series, and this is just number one, and we've got a splash, and I don't even want to touch this box because it belongs in a museum, but we're going to have to go a little deeper. See, I don't want to mess up the box. I know, it's so beautiful.
Oh, somebody had a flying saucer.
Oh,
Standing.
there we go.
Yeah, I don't know if you could see it, but there's
Amy
people
Cooper,
here.
they're just like that. And then here we go. Oh, my favorite confetti. And
Okay. Is there going to be a foil thing here? Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's a hollow label on the splash.
there
Y'all,
is.
hold on. We did not do perfect
Now
this
they're
at the
perfect
beginning.
friends.
Oh, my. Look at that.
Got a little smoky kind of thing going on here.
Well, there's smoke in it. And y'all, they come with a glass restrictor on top and a little plug that comes out the first time you use it. So here we go. You just gotta get your fingernail under there and then... there we are. Okay, here we go.
Alrighty.
When it's new, you gotta give it a couple extra shakes to get some of the juice out. There you go.
All right. Let's see.
All right, here we go. Chin chin. Oh.
Things are brightening up or spreading out. I can't tell. It is more that morning scent. Whoa, I got way more bergamot at the beginning.
And y'all, here's why we need to know this. This is the great grandpappy of about 12 classic aftershaves. And you all know what they are. I can sense the embryonic state of so many of those in this. Are you getting that too?
Okay, now that it's drying down, I am. Whatever those almost spices from the leather.
Right.
Warm and like the ambery kind of a thing with a little of the tobacco and the vanilla. That's now really holding strong here. But the florals are keeping this a much brighter scent with the citruses.
Y'all.
Like it's staying in that upper tier. The daylight is still out.
Right. Sun Up, Aquavelva, all owe a debt of gratitude to this. And I am not kidding. This is where they came from. A musky tobacco leather that would be equally at home on Coco Chanel
Yep.
or her murderous boyfriend.
If I had to pick on the feminine masculine scale, I
Right.
would go a little bit more on the feminine tier. Not that you couldn't wear it. There's just something tipped a little more welcoming because of all of those fancy different florals.
And what's magic for me, this skews masculine. So
love
I
it.
think it's about the perception, the perspective, and the sense.
So clearly this label was made perfectly because it could be interchangeable.
There
Have
you
we
go.
learned something today, folks? I think our history lesson makes a lot of sense now.
It's becoming clearer and clearer what this is about. This is a new series that's going to help us learn how to appreciate everything that we're going to sense in the wet shaving world going forward. They're going to give you the notes you think you know, but in ways that are totally different. And going back to the 1920s, this is our new vocabulary when it comes to talking about these scent notes. And I love that they started with something so musky, so leathery, and yet turned so inside out you'd never recognize them. What a day one at school this has been.
I mean, it's a brave scent. I see its purpose, and I'm so curious as this collection goes. Like, are we going to start in 1924, and we're going to age along with the scents? Are there going to just be prominent ones? I mean, we have 11 more to learn, because it sounds like it's going to be a fun year.
Well, I think what it is, if somebody asks me about the history of Broadway, you think I'm going to throw 9,000 shows at them? There's too many. They'll be inundated, and not all of them are great. In fact, most of them flopped. I'm going to walk them through the important ones, which, look at my face, might not be the ones that sold the most tickets, might not be the ones that ran the longest, but they are the most important, and they are the ones that the current shows are standing on the shoulders of.
Yep.
So I think Fran is going to be our sommelier for this little adventure, and Douglas is going to add his wisdom along with it too. And we are in for a magnificent ride. We're going to be so much smarter after 12 of these. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Marcus and Sarah at the beginning of their journey, and they're going to be opening The Beach by Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. The sun, the sand, the beach towels. But fast forward 2 years, and we're in a ransacked apartment behind the Iron Curtain where who knows what manner of depravity has just taken place, and we are loving it. Y'all, we're getting our own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with number one, as deep and rich and nuanced a scent as we've got in our entire collection, but that's not why I'm so excited about this. When you read on the fan pages, and guys say, I am just starting to understand that scent. When Douglas says it might take you a while to understand that scent, this series is going to give us an alphabet with which to build the words that the scents we love are made with. These are those hidden nooks and crannies that are going to help us discover, well, a brand new way to experience leather, but one that became ubiquitous throughout the scent world in the decades to come. Y'all, we are in for some adventures here, and we are going to be willing pupils. We hope you join us. Thank you, Douglas and Fran, for this.
Welcome to Messages!
Hey, y'all, it is that magic time when we're going to choose our winner for a soap of your choice from Adopted Acres Soap Company. We want to thank you all for sending in your emails, and here are your lucky numbers.
Randy, Brian, Josue, Ronald, Eric, Ryan, Garrett, Ronnie, John, Eddie, Andrew, and Matthew.
And here is our lucky number. 12. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 12.
Here's a number between 1 and 12. It's 5.
5! Eric Steer!
Eric, congratulations, my friend. You are our lucky winner. Yes, we will be reaching out to you today to let you know how to claim your prize, and we want to thank everybody who entered, and we want to encourage you to send us an email for our next giveaway in February, an e-gift card for Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. We hope to see you then.
Yeah. So on this side, now that I'm looking, on this side, y'all, there is a cube. But then if you flip it, on this side, it's reaching for a little goldfishy. I don't know if I can get into the camera.
Y'all, the fish from Crabapple and Newton and from Kane from the foil. There's something about the fish. There is something about the fish.
And there's Nessie in here. There's a lot. This sun looks like it has veins. There's some clues.
That's why I think it's an eyeball. I think it's like the iris, like the back of an eye or something, and you're looking at something.
We could spend a lot of time looking at this.
I think I know what it is. He's a pupil. Much like we all are on this educative journey of scent that Douglas and Fran are taking us on.
He's here,
we are pupils. It is the first day of school, and y'all, we have homework to do.
Thank you so much for honoring us with sending this out. We are really going to learn a lot this year. If this is where things are started, I've got to get my notes out and be ready for the next one.
Indeed. And Douglas and Fran, thank you for believing in our little show from the very beginning. We started all of this because we believe so much in you.
Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.